What's up? Oh man, we got Jessica Jackson on Zoe Lee's YouTube channel. She was one of the speakers of a video I made that her and a handful of other people were doing a press conference at the City Hall in Chicago. And if you haven't seen that video, it's the residents of Chicago cry out they want Trump to help them, basically, something like that title. But Zoe Lee posted this. I just found it in my feed. Jessica Jackson, she's going to break down what she calls a pseudo counterfeit protest. And what she's talking about is highlighting the upcoming No Kings theatrical protest set for October 18th. I believe that's going to be this Saturday, exposing how performative activism and political manipulation are being disguised as justice movements. So it's going to be curious to see how many people show up for that, while real issues like homelessness, mental health, and community safety continue to be ignored. Yes, Zoe, I hear you. I'm going to make this video. I'm going to make this video listening to this. Jessica Jackson is going to speak here at this. It looks like some kind of city hall type of meeting, or a town type of meeting. It's and also the pseudo counterfeit protest, a staged movement sweeping America built on deception, funding, and false narratives. And Zoe, Jessica, I hear you. I'm out here in Tennessee, and I've been watching this play out, and I'm gonna say a coin phrase Bill Clinton is. I feel your pain. I'm outraged for you as well. Seeing what's happening, the mayor Spitzer and Johnson not wanting help and just digging their heels in the ground and just not budging, when all this could be taken care of. Have the National Guard come in, clean the place up, get out the illegals, even get rid of some of your own internal crime, which I heard one of the gentlemen at your speaking when y'all were at the City Hall. He said y'all had your own crime. You had your own gangs. You had your own problems. Those problems weren't getting dealt with as well, because you know what? They don't give a shit. And I hope Trump cuts them off. No, you're not getting any funding being a sanctuary city. No, you're not getting any funding because you're not even prosecuting these criminals, whether they're illegal or American citizens. You commit a crime, you need to do the time. That's basically what it is. So I'm going to stop yapping, but Zoe, I just wanted you to know I'm hearing you. I'm going to do some videos, whatever I find that I think I can do to help get this message out, that you guys in Chicago need support from America as well. And I would like, something else I'd like to see, Zoe, if you could do that, because I know you're on the ground there. You guys are boots on the ground. Like, I want to see more of a pulse of the people in, like, the regular folk, like you, like Jessica, the regular folk in Chicago. How do they feel about this? Are they for Trump? Are they against Trump? Do they like what Johnson's been doing for several years? I mean, how does the pulse of the city actually feel? I wish I could go, and I would if I could, if I was able to. I would go with a camera guy, and I would go. I wouldn't necessarily want to go to the protests, or I'd have to be in a safe area, but I would want to go to the suburbs, to the inner cities, and get viewpoints of the people on the ground, the people who live there, the people who have to live through this. Now, I know I heard you guys, and I know y'all spoke for a lot of people, but this is just something that for me personally, and probably other Americans too, would like to hear as well. And I think I do know that there is a lot of citizens on the ground in Chicago that are just desperate. They're just desperate for help. The schools are being overrun. You guys are getting pushed out of your own area. They damn dump those illegals in the low income areas of the black areas. They weren't dumping them in their areas. Oh no, they don't do that. And I totally understand that. They were doing that all over the country, but it's really intensified there. So guys, let's hear Jessica Jackson talk, and we need to get this viral, okay? Whether you go to Zoe's page or my page or anywhere else, but get the word out. Get this out. They need help. They need support. They need support from all of us because we're all Americans. We all want the same thing. We want the big, beautiful, clean cities, taking that out of Trump's playbook. Look at Washington. Big, beautiful, clean city now. Cleaned it up. And, I heard somebody complaining about, oh, what are they just doing? What is the National Guard? They're just picking up trash. What's up with that? Well, yeah, because there was trash everywhere, and it's bad. We got trash everywhere here where I live, and there's not a big problem like you guys got, but dad, blame. The regular American citizens are dumping their trash everywhere. It's disgusting, and don't get me started on trash. Oh my God, I just get so angry about it. People just throwing their trash on the ground. It's like, where was your home training? But from the homelessness, the illegals who don't give a shit about your beautiful city, they just want it trashed, and obviously your city officials don't give a shit either, because if they did, this would not be happening. This would not be happening. Trump's administration, the FBI, the ICE, all of them working together with the police department, all of these organizations work together, would have got this crushed. Would have just boom. Look, it only took them, a couple of weeks to clean up Washington? And Washington is probably just as bad as Chicago? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with your city officials? This could have been done. Because what? What are we going on? A month or two now? How long has it been? I could be wrong, but it's been a minute. It's been a minute that this chaos continues. Now, here we go. Here's Jessica.
I have to agree with that young lady right there with the white jacket that said that what she's witnessing right now in America is a shame. I agree with you. As a black person who got generations and generations and generations of people over here, I agree with you. It is a shame to watch pseudo counterfeit. I'm talking a pseudo counterfeit protests go on in the streets of America. See, I'm looking for the real protests. I'm looking for some billy clubs. I'm looking for some water hoses. I'm looking for some German shepherds being people.
Look, I don't mean to interrupt her, but look, I have been thinking the same thing. I know the New York Post almost every day, a couple of times a day, throws out videos of the protest areas in Chicago or in Portland, and then they would throw, one of the ICE people would throw a smoke grenade, and then somebody, you'd hear somebody going, yeah, pick it up, throw it back. I'm like, oh my God. Then they'd pick it up, throw it back. And I'm like, where's the truck with the water hose? Where is it? Why are they not using just hose? They start getting unruly. I mean, people can freely protest in a peaceful manner, but we all know these people are not peaceful. They're paid agitists. They're paid to just create havoc. But Jessica, I feel the same way. I've been watching this for a couple of weeks, and I'm like, my God, why is there not a hose? Boom! I mean, just nail them. And when they all got naked on their bikes in Portland, on that road, I guess it was a road going into the ICE facility. I mean, I thought I was going to throw up. It was disgusting. You don't want to see overweight people. You don't even want to see naked people. Please, I mean, stop. What are you doing? But I was like, would have been so funny if they would have just hosed the shit out of them with a water hose truck. Just wipe them down. Like, they need these trucks set up outside of the ICE facilities, right? So when they start crowding around, all they got to do is pull up and then boom. And then maybe have another one wherever how the truck could be spraying them and pushing them back, and then somehow have another one where they're just, herding them like cattle wherever they need them. They just need them to disperse. It would be epic. Why? Trump, why? Why are y'all not doing this? I just been wanting to see that as well. Now, I don't know about the clubs that she's talking about, but definitely I'm down with the big water hoses. Yeah, that's got the powerful flow. That just look like, oh shit. I seen one yesterday where somebody had their baby with them. I think it was on X. Somebody had posted an image of one of the protests, and then towards the end of the little video, they're carrying a kid. I was like, my God, what is wrong with you people? Why would you have a child there? Unless they live there, I don't know. But why are you outside? I don't know.
People, that's what I'm looking for. That's what American protests look like.
Look at this. Let's hear this again.
Sit down, people. Some German Shepherds. I'm looking for some water hoses. I'm looking for some German Shepherds being people, sick down people. That's
Maybe.
what I'm looking for. That's what American protests look like. What you all doing is a clown show. And then you sit here and you laugh, look the other way, and want somebody to have compassion on what you all are doing. Your protest is boring because it don't have no soul to it. It has no meaning to it. For him to sit here and be laughing, for you to have, quote, the Constitution and what constitutional rights are, it just goes to show how uneducated you all are in American history. It goes to show that the only thing that you know to do is come to America and feed on the resources. You have no idea what you all are talking about. You want us.
I agree with her on the resources. I was just looking at some articles from California. There apparently has been, let's see, what is this? Whistleblower exposes corruption inside homeless shelter program. And then I was reading a couple of articles on it where how much money they've spent. $1 billion since 2018 on the homeless. It's insane. And I can guarantee you that Chicago has done the same thing. Portland, probably the same thing, where they get millions upon millions of dollars subsidized from the federal government, from the taxpayers, in the guise of compassion to help the homeless. Well, the homeless problem, we all know. We all know the homeless problem has not been solved because either they want to, they don't seem to want to do logical methods like for instance, say you have a homeless shelter. For you to go to this homeless shelter, you can't be doing any drugs. This is a precondition that for you to stay here, you can't be doing drugs. We're going to drug test you, make sure you're clean. We're going to get you clean, provide you housing, and help you get a job. All right? Well, they want to put drug addicts in with the people who are already become clean. And then what does that do? That's a problem. So some people in California and some other cities have done this where, no, we want to keep them separate. So we do need a little more money to have a separate unit to help them get clean, like put the ones who are fresh drug addicts into this place, right? This building, which makes sense to me. Once they get clean, you can move them, shift them over to this other area. So you're just compiling. It's like an alcoholic shouldn't go to a bar. Right? So you don't want to mix. I mean, I'm probably not explaining it well, but anyway. What she's saying is the waste of money. And the money that should have went to the poor people of Chicago have gone to the illegals. But I'm going to tell you, Jessica and Zoe, no. That money didn't even go, most of that money probably didn't even hardly touch the illegals or touch the homeless problem or touch the poor problems of the citizens. No, this money's lying in somebody's pockets. You got millions upon millions upon millions. Like, where the hell is this money? What has this money gone to? Where's the accountability for every dollar? What are they? Remember back in the day when they used to say when the government bought something, they'd pay $50 for a hammer because places were just screwing them because the government's got an endless amount of money from the taxpayers. And there was probably a lot of truth to that. So what happens now? So, we're going to, like California, for instance, so we're going to get a homeless shelter, which is a dilapidated building with mold, paint chips, all kinds of stuff. So the city gets this building, but does the city fix the building up with the millions upon millions? Oh, no, no, no. It's still full of mold, peeling paint, rats, cockroaches, and then they just stick the homeless in there and say, oh, yeah, out of compassion, we spent this money and we put them in this home, but you wouldn't even put your own family in this home. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I think this has been happening with the liberal Democrats for decades out of the guise of compassion, so they can line their pockets. I just don't understand where I'm like, what is that? The SCOTUS judge, she always says, I don't understand. Anyway, I really don't, because of the California has spent $1 billion since 2018. $1 billion on homeless. And what did we see through the Biden administration? All these people doing these videos on these endless streets of homeless encampments, that they're just a breeding ground for illegal drugs, murders, rapes, theft, all kinds of stuff. Extortion. I'm sure these people are getting extorted for what little money they have from drug dealers. It's disgusting. And what did California do? Again, I'm going to keep saying this. What did they do with this $1 billion? Now, I'm not sure. Now, I hadn't done any research on Chicago. Like, how much money has Chicago spent on compassion for the downtrodden? You want to say illegals? You want to say homeless? Let's just say all their social programs. How much have they spent on all these social programs? How much? In the last, say, 8-10 years. Well, since Biden and Harris took over, they probably got more money. They probably did, because they were just giving out money like it was nothing, like it was candy. Here's some candy for you. Here's some candy for you. Yeah, keep screwing up. You're doing good. You're doing good. The people aren't getting better. You're doing good, but here's more money to help pretend you're solving the problem. But Jessica and Zoe, money trail. Like you said about your home, your mother's building that got stolen from her, there is a paper trail. There's probably a money trail, and I hope Doge investigates your case. I mean, I would love to see this on national news, like the theft and the fraud that we see amongst the liberals through all of these states. I mean, look at Tish James. Oh, my God. She went after Trump for the same damn thing that they're going after her. But no, she's innocent because what? Because she's black? Or because she's for the downtrodden? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, these people are such hypocrites. She's screwing her own people. Which her own people should be American people, no matter what color they are. But she hates Donald Trump so much, I think it's just come back to bite her in the ass, because now what? They've dug deep back to far as back as in the 80s. Watch Nate the Lawyer. He's got it covered. Nate the Lawyer. Go check him out. He's been covering all her stuff. But find out where the money goes. Where's the money going for all these programs for Chicagoans, and there's nothing to show for it. The city's a shithole. It's just a total shithole.
To feel sorry for people being took away from their kids and all that. We already been there, done that. Who felt sorry for our families being separated?
Nobody.
Clearly, y'all don't, because you don't even respect us right now today, but you want our heart to bleed and go pitter patter. But this, For y'all to be on soil that ain't even yours? Then you're going to sit up here and try to manipulate this by finding some knucklehead, weak black people who will sit up here and make like they're coming for us. They're coming for us. They're coming for black people next. They're coming for black people next. When first of all, you know that ain't true.
Oh, the Democrats and the left love to say that the Republicans are going to come after you. They're going to take away the welfare. They're going to that he has cut the EBT. But look, man, people need to go get a job. And a lot of them, it's like, hey, you need to at least work 20, 30 hours a week, and then we'll help subsidize. We'll give you a little bit. But you need to go work. I mean, that's just common sense. You just can't sit around for years and just expect the money to just keep coming in, because that's the liberal view, is to keep you down and keep you dumb and keep you docile. You shouldn't want that for yourself. All you're doing is hurting yourself, especially if you have children. You need to be an example of leadership and hard work. You can be successful in life. But this is just amazing.
But if you believe it, take a look at this, immigrants. Take a look at black people. If Trump or the troops or the National Guard is coming for black people, notice this: we ain't running. We ain't running. We ain't running.
But they're not, and she knows it. She's just being dramatic. I mean, they're not coming for you. They're coming for criminals. Now, if there are black criminals creating havoc, murder, robbery, whatever, carjacking, they're going to get arrested too, and as they should. But Trump's coming in there to get out all the illegals and the gang members. Mostly, I guess he's going to get the gang members from like M13 and all of this kind of stuff. But hey, if there's some gangs that are black that are terrorizing the neighborhood, they should be targeted as a terrorist group and they should be dealt with. But this is the lie that the left, again, I'll say, the left loves to say, oh, they're gonna take away your Social Security. They're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. But at the same time, when you do elect these liberal Democrats, what do, man? They just hoard all the money and then raise your taxes and then get more money from the federal government because we have more social programs, because we have problems here. So we need more money from the federal. Oh, our schools suck, so we need more money, but the schools never get better. Nothing ever gets better. In fact, under Democrat liberal leadership, all the cities who are run by them for decades are dumpster fires. So blacks need to wake up and go, no more, or we're going to believe the lie that conservative Republicans are just don't care about black people. What? We want everybody to be prosper. We want everybody to get along. We don't want people throwing trash on the ground. We want people to have jobs. We want people to eat healthy, right? We want people to have a decent car, a decent place to live. And then also respect where you live. Clean up where you live. Cut the grass where you live. But have some self-respect. And a lot of this falls under education as well. I know I'm going on a tantrum, but here we go.
To Puerto Rico and Mexico, and I'm talking about let us in. The troops after us. No, we standing right here, and we facing our government, and we doing what we need to do for the United States government right here, right now. Something that y'all can never do. Look at that knucklehead. You telling us that I got to address you, but she can do stuff like that. That's why y'all not getting them seats back.
Oh snap!
You're not getting them back.
Oh snap!
All the money that you use for your illegals, you better run back to your home countries with, because you're not getting them seats back.
Oh.
You're really not. So go get a real protest and a real cause, because Michael Rodriguez, you're done. Laugh on that.
Thank you.
Wow. Mic drop. Boom. This was epic. She's fire. That was good. That was really, really good. And guys, let's pray for Chicago. Pray for the Chicago residents. Pray for Trump and the ICE agents and the police officers and all of them that are involved in working together to make cities safe again, make America great again. I just don't understand how you could not want to make America great again or make your city clean again. Make your city safe again. It's not just a corny slogan. It's for real. It's serious stuff. But the liberals, they just want to hold on to power. They just want to keep everybody dumb and on drugs. What? All those drugs pouring across the border, nobody seemed to give a shit about all the zombie people we saw in Kensington, Portland, Chicago, California, all of these cities with all of these drug problems and just wide open zombie people. It breaks my heart. I mean, I know some people. I saw one video the other day. It was a short. There was a woman on the ground, and she's had one. You know how they just move kind of weird, and then they just kind of like that. And they put the Michael Jackson Thriller music to her movements, and I didn't find it funny at all. I found it despicable, and it's horrific because she's a human being. And this is what these drugs had did to her. I know there's going to be some people like, well, she chose to do this. That's fine. She did choose to do that, but if the fentanyl's not pouring over like a sieve from the border, then she wouldn't have had access to it. Or make the access so hard that maybe she'll just go smoke a joint. I don't know. Or go take a Xanax. She'd still be, she wouldn't be a zombie. Right? It just breaks my heart when I see this because we're all God's children. And I'm just like, oh Lord. I even asked God, how much longer can this go on? When that guy was posting those images of Kensington, and then you had posts of the zombie people in California. I'm just like, oh my God. And the city leaders do nothing. They get up every day, have their coffee, their breakfast, steak dinner at night, and these people, and this a lot of this was during the Biden administration. And I thought of the story of Lazarus and the rich man. The rich man here is metaphoric for the leaders in Chicago, Portland, Gavin Newsom in California. All of these liberal cities whose people are under siege with illegals and with drugs that are killing them and ruining their brain and making them like zombies, but yet they just walk right by because it's in another part of town. But they know it's there. And I guess I could say, just God have mercy on your soul. You people, you know who I'm talking about. You just walked right by. A lot of these people died from taking these drugs. Or just passed out outside and it froze, and then they froze to death. Because the city officials didn't give a shit. They closed down their insane asylums. These people needed to be picked up. I saw one the other day where there was a video. It was a black guy, and he was like leaning over, and his butt was in the air, and he just stayed like that for like 10 minutes. Like, my God, right? And then he gets up, and then he wanders in the street, right? And he just doesn't even know where he's doing. I mean, I don't even know where his brain is, right? Something's wrong. Something's wrong with him. Obviously, he's probably on drugs. Right? This drug has made him. He should have been picked up. No, they just a cop did show up and just made sure he was okay. An ambulance came, but they just left him. Maybe they just showed up for optics. I don't know. I'm just guessing. My theory is why didn't you pick him up, take him to a loony place that has a nice room, lock him in there. Obviously, he's going to get water, he's going to get food, he's going to get a shower, he's going to get some clean clothes, and he can be there until they can evaluate him. Because he needs to be evaluated. But thank you, what is it, the ACLU? Thank you for decades ago, that, these people have rights. You don't have to make them take their medicine. And they just let them out. They've just been walking the streets. You have people who are schizophrenic, which not all schizophrenics are murderous, but you can't trust these people. And they're just walking around. Like, what the hell is going on here? It's insane. It's like we've been in the Twilight Zone, letting the liberals dictate to us what we need to do in the guise of compassion. Compassion. These people, they have rights. You do not have to make them take their medicine. They have rights, and we're compassionate. Well, they're not so compassionate that these people are in their neighborhoods, right? Oh, no. They're not in their neighborhoods. And there you go. There you have it.